Hello, welcome to KCS Advanced Machining Services. We're a low volume, high mix, 5-axis CNC machine shop in Livonia, Michigan, and the results that we get, they're amazing. So with that said, Kyle?
Hi, I'm Kyle Shapinski. I own KCS Advanced Machining Services. Welcome to my shop. Let me show you around. This is mainly our prototype side. Turning centers, 5-axis machines. What's kind of unique about us is that we are actually a 5-axis job shop. We actually don't have any 3-axis equipment in the building. Everything here is 5-axis. That gives us the ability to eliminate the additional handlings of vice operations of rotating parts on their side and whatnot. Herco's been a great machine for us. We got a slightly newer model of 4th, 5th axis, full 5-axis machine. I like to say that this machine's work envelope kind of looks like a 55-gallon drum. It's good for long horizontal parts where you're working mainly around the perimeter. We use this to actually produce a spacesuit. This Herco over here, so we purchased a machine from Herco in 2014 when we moved to this facility, and it's been absolutely pivotal in our role in the 5-axis market. This machine has led to our other 2 Herco machines, which led us to the conclusion that if the Herco machines are manned and constantly busy, and if the work allows us to do so, we would run unattended. That's when we chose to get into the automated palletized Matsuura 5-axis machines. So over here, Robert. This is Robert's best angle. So we purchased this machine new in the end of 2019. It is a full 5-axis, 4-pallet configuration. It's a good balance of prototype and production needs. The pallet changer brings this enormous flexibility. Anything can go in a vise, or anything can go on a fixture. It just has to be on top of the pallet, plus a much higher weight capacity. So we use this for prototype on a daily basis. We might be doing like first op, second op, or we could be running a product family on all 4 pallets. Our thing is we always try to keep something ready in the machine. This machine is really well suited to get 4 pallets running product families, through the night till morning. Early last year, a customer approached us with the opportunity to get into firearms production. Our history being a high mix, low volume shop, we weren't sure if the high production were something that we'd be able to do. So when we were looking at the job, we decided to start looking for machines which would allow us to be competitive in the market. Therefore, we settled on a Matsuura MAM 72, 32 pallets, full 5-axis, 320 tools. This machine has allowed us to run 24/7, mostly unattended with no additional labor force added to the company. At the moment, we're running some second ops on this machine because our original plan was to first op on this piece of equipment and second op on another piece of equipment. But after doing a study, we determined that it was actually twice as efficient just to run all of the operations on one machine, because we're able to run the first ops unattended all throughout the night, and then we can actually run the second op manned partially throughout the day, and which is allowing us to produce more off of 1 spindle than we could off of 2 spindles. Now I can show you our ERP that we use. This product right here is what they call their Right Board. This is basically a visual scheduling aid, which I can control from my desk, which we have access to out here, where we can actually schedule on the fly. This allows for us to see the loading on our workstations, the queued operations, plus job information, on the shop floor. Next, I'll show you our CMM, our quality room. If you follow me. So in 2020, we decided that we needed to have a CMM. So we built this room and started exploring options. Historically, I had a pretty tough time committing to buying a CMM. We soon came to realize we couldn't afford not to have a CMM. The Zeiss Contour for us has been absolutely remarkably accurate. It's advertised at 1.7 micron volumetric accuracy. They claim that they don't let them out the door unless it's half of that, and it seems to be pretty true. At the moment, we're checking a finished lot sample of 170 characteristics. Most of those characteristics would not be able to be measured by hand. The part has a half cylinder, so everything's dimensioned off of a center line, which is a tedious characteristic. It takes a half an hour, which otherwise might take, if even possible, days, or again, you'd fall short of delivery period. So the Zeiss CMM plus the Matsuras with the Hercos, it allows us to maintain a greater than 1.7 CPK, which is a process control methodology that we otherwise could not do with the reliable equipment, high precision machines, and a reliable CMM.
Hey everybody, Brent Donaldson with Modern Machine Shop here, and if you just watched that video and you're thinking, boy, I'd like my shop to be featured in the View from My Shop series, then just send us an email at shopvideo@mmsonline.com and tell us what sets your shop apart.